So as we are counting down the days until we get our Samsung Galaxy Note 10 and Note 10 Pluses in hand, of course all of us are watching these YouTube videos with everybody talking about it. You got some people that agree with it. You also got some people that disagree with it. But a question I have to bring up to you guys, and something I've been asking myself is the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus an actual letdown this year? Let's talk about it. Yo, what is going on YouTube? Technically T, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about this Note 10 Plus and in my eyes, how I feel about it, because I know a lot of people are giving the smaller Note 10. You guys out there being rough on that device, man. I've been seeing the videos. I don't really have much to talk about it. In my world, that device just kind of sits in its own place and it doesn't really exist to me. But on the other hand, when it comes to Note is one of my favorite line of devices, and this is not a negative video. I'm not bashing the Note or anything like that. I have mine on pre-order just like a lot of you guys have yours on pre-order, but you have to ask the question, man, as we line up all of the Note series. If you go back from as far as however far you want to go back, line them all up and look at this year's Note, and you have to ask yourself the question, did Samsung hold up this year, or is this whole Note 10 Plus an actual letdown when it comes to the Note series? So I wrote a few notes down on some topics that I want to hit on, man, and maybe we can discuss this together, and maybe at the end we'll decide if it's a letdown or not. So the main reason, number one, and of course you've heard this all over the media, everywhere, people either complaining about it or people is just used to it and they just accept it for what it is. No, we do not have a headphone jack. Now to me personally, that does not bother me because I am Bluetooth everything. I have wireless earbuds. I couldn't tell you the last time I actually plugged a 3.5mm in my device, but I know a lot of you out there are audiophiles and you still like the pure sound of a 3.5mm headset adapter. Now I'm not knocking you. I'm not an audio person, so therefore I cannot knock you. But where I kind of give a negative on the Note 10 and the way Samsung went about this is during the whole keynote, they were pushing this phone to be a phone for creators. I mean, you got the little air gestures on the S Pen, and then you got the you can edit on the Note 10. So therefore, they're gearing this phone towards creators. But if you want this to be your powerhouse device, this is your set all be all when we're talking about the Samsung series. You can't leave a headphone jack if you are promoting it to be a phone for creators. Because if you're a creator, you're an audiophile, I'm pretty sure you're gonna want a nice audio source, and there you go, you have to hook up dongles and do all different things like that, and that may interfere with the audio quality. But overall, no headphone jack. You call it a phone for creators, but you get rid of one of the most important aspects of creating, and that's audio. Don't really get that right there. Next up, yes, they got rid of the iris scanning, they got rid of the fingerprint scanner, and they put your ultrasonic fingerprint scanner in the screen. Now I have zero experience when it comes to the ultrasonic because I myself went and got the Samsung Galaxy S10e. Of course that had the physical fingerprint scanner, but I seen all the videos. I saw all the videos across YouTube of everybody complaining about the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, and they're saying it's not quite there yet. So Samsung, hopefully, because that can be also another negative, man. You put your fingerprint scanner in the screen where a lot of people, and I'm gonna say the majority of the people with the S10 Plus and the S10 did not like that fingerprint scanner. So that's one thing that I'm gonna be testing for sure. Seeing how good, seeing how reliable, seeing how accurate that in-screen fingerprint scanner is, because I like the technology. But if it isn't ready, if it isn't polished in the Note series, and of course, it's your big dog, we got an issue right there, Samsung. You can't put something in your Note series that's not polished and up to T. So I will be trying that out. So Samsung, don't skimp, man. I hope you got your software and the whole ultrasonic thing figured out. Now this next little feature set, this little cluster of things we're gonna talk about is just the history of the Note series. We already know the S always had their own features, had their own chipset, had their own everything. But later on in the year, when the Note came out, it always had a better chipset, it had better cameras. It was an overall improvement over the S series. This year, it's kind of got to pump its brakes, man, because we are kind of backtracking a little bit, and the Note 10 has the same processor as the S10 Plus. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad processor. It's the same, and we usually don't see that, man. The Note usually has its own processor. At least they could have put the 855 Plus in it and made it seem like, even though it's just an overclock 855, it would have made us seem like we're getting a better device. And it's just kind of hard to call this the big dog of Samsung this year because we have the same thing that's going on in the S10 Plus, and we don't have that many differentiating factors when it comes between the Note and the S series. So that's another thing, man. You calling this top of the line. This is your best device. You give us the same processor as the S10 Plus. Come on, go ahead and bump it up. Give us that 855 Plus. I mean, it couldn't have been that hard to do. Another thing, same cameras as the S10 5G. Now, the Note series, once again, man, it's one of those things. There were camera improvements. Now, I will be testing it out myself. I have the Note 9, I have the S10e, and I will have the Note 10, and we're gonna be doing some camera comparison, man. And that's the reason why I didn't get rid of my Note, because I really wanted to compare the Note 9 and the Note 10 together to see if there were some noticeable improvements since it had that camera from the S10 5G. Now, I can't think of all the stats on the S10 5G, but all I know is it's the same camera that came off that. So we're gonna put that to the test to see if that is really different when it comes to the Note 10. So yeah, those are a quick few features, a quick couple little things, man, that I think is wrong with the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Now, am I saying that the Note 10 will not be a great device? Of course, the Note 10 Plus is going to be a great device because it's a Note. All Note devices are good. The Note 9 was my phone of the year. The Note 9 was plenty of people's phones of the year. When it comes to the Note series, man, we are used to getting the best that Samsung has to offer. I really feel like this year Samsung kind of plateaued, not really giving us that, man. They gave us a bunch of recycled parts from the S10 and the S10 Plus, S10 5G, and just incorporated them in a nice little fancy body style with a little pinhole with the S Pen and called it the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus. It's gonna be a great device, but I feel like Samsung needs to get back to their roots, give us a device that has all of the premium features, the best that Samsung has to offer, man. But technically, T, I am about to get up out of here, man. Let me know down in the comment section below if you have a Note 10 on order. If you don't, let me know. Do you feel the same way I do? What are some features that you wish the Note 10 had? And just how do you feel overall about the device, man? Let's go ahead and get some conversation started down below. And until next time, man, definitely make sure you smash that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button if you rock with your boy, man. But until next time, later.